Hey, this is Jeremy, and it's time to talk about We Live in Time. All right, this was a cute little film. It's about cancer, so it's not that cute, but it's really all about the performances. So we have Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield, two of our greats. I think without them, it could be somewhat of a Lifetime movie, but it works. That being said, apart from wanting to work together, I have no idea why either of them would want to do this movie.
I was over the moon that I read that script and imagined that I got to do it with Andrew. I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I love how truthful he is always in every single decision that he makes.
So it's the story of Alma and Tobias, a couple who meet in like weird circumstances, but funny.
I ran you over. Sorry.
They fall in love, they have a child, one of them gets cancer and then dies. And that's not a spoiler. Like if you've ever seen a movie about cancer where the person lives, that just doesn't happen. So in terms of like cancer movies or movies like this where there's a death in a relationship, I don't know really why this movie exists. Like, what are we learning here? Like, what are they saying that other movies haven't said? There's been thousands of movies about this subject, so I don't know.
It's about the simplest of things, which is love. And it's just such an important movie to come out right now because I think there's a lot of sadness and darkness in the world. And ultimately, we just need to be reminded what it's all about, which is to love and be loved.
So the film has like a non-linear structure. We keep bouncing between like three timelines. When they first meet, when Florence gets pregnant, and then when they find out she has cancer. And this is like a niche genre, but I love when you need to refer to someone's haircut to figure out what timeline you're in. This happened recently with the new Saoirse Ronan movie, The Outrun. It's like, okay, green hair, okay, orange hair, pink hair, blue hair. Kind of similar to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Kate Winslet. It feels like it's always the women, like it's always the women's haircuts that we have to refer to. But I think because of the nonlinear structure of the movie, the emotions that you're supposed to feel don't really come as easily. I mean, I cried, but like, I feel like as soon as you find out something or something happens, then they switch timelines. So you can't kind of live in the moment and your emotions can't really like progress. You're just bouncing around. I mean, maybe that's intentional. I'm sure it is. For me, like if you're going to make me cry, make me sad, I'd rather just like go through it kind of traditionally, if you will. But I guess that's it. Like they didn't want this to be like a traditional cancer movie. But regardless of this nonlinear structure, like the reason you go see this movie is if you're a fan of Andrew Garfield or Florence Pugh. Neither of them have ever given a bad performance, and they don't give one here either. They're both amazing in this movie. They both come to the relationship with different baggage, and then when they get together, they kind of want different things, and then when they work that out and they're finally happy, if you will, then cancer happens. So there's just like always like two levels of things happening at once, and that's obviously amazing for an actor. But otherwise, it's a pretty forgettable film. If you're looking for a good cancer movie, I would suggest the following. Terms of Endearment, probably the best cancer movie out there. Stepmom, a classic. Love Story, great. Other People, which not many people have seen this movie, but it's with Molly Shannon and Jesse Plemons. A Walk to Remember, a high school favorite. 50-50, Wit, which I think was an HBO movie, and obviously One True Thing with Meryl Streep and Renee Zellweger. But in this movie, in We Live in Time, there is a very memorable scene that happens in a gas station. I won't tell you what it is, but you'll know when it happens. I think that's like the craziest, funnest scene in the movie, and that's what you'll kind of be thinking about after. But that's about it. Also, that fucking stupid looking horse from the original poster is not even in this movie. So I think A24 was fucking trolling us with that horse.
Can you explain What's going on with the demon carousel horse?
You deserve it.
So ultimately, I guess if you're a fan of Andrew Garfield or Florence Pugh, you should see this movie. Or if you're one of those A24 freaks who sees everything they put out, see this movie. But otherwise, go see The Substance, go see Anora next week. All this being said, I still gave We Live in Time 4 stars on Letterboxd because it works. The performances are great. I would actually watch this again. So yeah, let me know what you think.
Is something that your daddy and I...
It's something that Mummy and me want to...
We want to talk to you about.